Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to our zoology online class. Hope you are very happy. In the last class, we studied about two important questions. The first one is the spermatogenesis process. Spermatogenesis meaning the process of formation of sperm inside the seminiferous tubule of the testis is called spermatogenesis. And the second question is oogenesis. Okay, the process of formation of ovum inside the ovary of the female reproductive system is called oogenesis. Okay, so spermatogenesis and oogenesis. So these two questions that we studied in the last class. Okay, so today we are going to study about two important topics. Okay, one is the structure of both male and female gamete, and the second one is the fertilization and implantation process. Okay, my dear students, so listen very carefully. So first we are going to study about the structure of the male gamete. Okay, male section. You all know the male gamete or male section name is spermatozoa or sperm. Okay, so first we are going to study about the structure of human sperm. See, this is the structure of human sperm. Okay, so listen very carefully, very important for 5-mark question. Diagram is also there. So listen. See, actually the male gamete or the male sexual sperm is a microscopic gamete. Okay, we can see this gamete only through the microscope. And the motile gamete means it can move from one place to another place. Okay, so male gamete or the sperm, human sperm is a motile gamete and it's a microscopic gamete. And the entire sperm is covered with a membrane is called plasma membrane. And the total body of the sperm is divided into four important regions or four important parts. The first part is called the head region, second part is the neck, third one is the middle piece, and last one is the tail. Okay, so head region, neck region, middle piece region, and tail region. So these are the four important parts of a sperm. Understand? Okay, this head region consists of two important parts. One is called acrosome and the second one is nucleus. Here acrosome meaning a small cap-like structure is present in the tip of the head region is called acrosome. Okay, and this acrosome consists of one important enzyme. Name of that enzyme is called hyaluronidase enzyme. Okay, this hyaluronidase enzyme is used to rupture or tear the egg cell to penetrate inside the egg cell. Understand? So the acrosome consists of an enzyme. Name of the enzyme is called hyaluronidase enzyme. This enzyme is used to penetrate inside the egg cell. And the second one is the nucleus. Nucleus is a flat oval shaped nucleus is present in the center region of the head region. Okay, so that's all about this head region. So only two parts about this head region. One is the tip in the anterior end of the head region. A cap-like structure is there. This is called acrosome. It consists of an enzyme called hyaluronidase enzyme. And the middle, the center region, a flat oval shaped nucleus is present. Then the next region is called neck region. This is the neck region. Neck region is a very short region present between the head region and middle piece. And it consists of two important centrioles. One centriole name is called the proximal centriole and the second centriole name is called distal centriole. This proximal centriole is towards the nucleus and this distal centriole forming a small structure is called axial filament. This is the axial filament. This axial filament is moving up to the end of the tail. So the neck region is a very short region present between the head and the middle piece, and it consists of two important centrioles. One is the proximal centriole and the second is the distal centriole. Hope you understood about this neck region. That's all about this neck region. Then middle piece. Only one point about this middle piece. See, then inside the middle piece, one important cell organ is present. Name of that organ is called mitochondria. Okay, a spiral shape, that means a spring shaped mitochondria is present in the middle region of the sperm. Understand of you? So this mitochondria is always called mitochondrial spiral because this looks like a spring. Understand? Then this mitochondria, the uses of this mitochondria involve energy. The mitochondria is always called energy also. So here for the movement of this sperm, energy is needed. That energy is given by this mitochondria, and the energy is given in the form of ATP molecule. So only one point about this middle piece, mitochondria. So the middle piece consists of mitochondria. This mitochondria providing energy for the movement of the sperm, and this energy is provided in the form of ATP molecule. So hope you understood about this middle piece. Okay, then the last part is the tail region. Tail is a very large, the longest part of the sperm. Okay, and it's a cylindrical shaped structure. Okay, cylindrical shaped structure. Understand? Then the lashing movement, the tail is moving in all directions, any direction. Tail can move in any direction. So the lashing movement of the tail will be push the sperm to forward direction. So for the movement of the sperm, the lashing movement of the tail is very, very important. Understand, my dear students? Understand? And here you have to write, you have to remember one important point. During each and every ejaculation process, more than 200 to 300 millions of sperms are released from the male reproductive system. Okay? Among these 200 to 300 million sperms, at least 60% of the sperm should be in normal shape for effective fertilization. Or at least 40% of the sperm should be in a very vigorous movement, active movement. Okay, then only the fertilization process will be a successful process. So for the effective fertilization process, at least 40% of the sperm should be in vigorous movement, or at least 60% of the sperm has the normal shape and structure. Understand, my students? So hope you all understood the structure of the sperm. So the sperm consists of 4 important parts: head region, neck region, middle piece, and tail region. The head region consists of two important organelles. One is the acrosome and the second is the nucleus. Then the middle piece consists of 2 important centriole. One centriole name is called the proximal centriole, and the second centriole name is called the distal centriole. Then the middle piece consists of only one cell organelle, it is called mitochondria. This mitochondria giving energy for the movement of the sperm, and the energy is given in the form of ATP molecule. And the last part, tail. Okay, tail is a very longest part of the sperm. It's a cylindrical shaped form, and the lashing movement of the sperm only help the sperm to move forward direction. Understand, my friends? So hope you all understood all these points about the structure of sperm. Then we are going to study about the structure of the female gamete or female sex. Okay, the ovum, the structure of ovum. Okay, so here the ovum is a non-pleiadic gamete. Okay, non-pleiadic and asexual gamete. Here, non-pleiadic gamete meaning normally the outer surface of the egg is covered with a hard shell, but in human egg the hard shell is absent. So that only it is called non-pleiadic egg. And asexual. Here asexual means in the normal egg, hen's egg, for example in hen's egg, we can see a yellow color part inside the egg. But this yellow color part name is called yolk, but in this yolk region is completely absent in the human egg or human ovum. So therefore here A means absent. So the yolk region or the yellow color part of the egg is absent here. So non-pleiadic meaning the egg is not covered with the hard shell, and asexual meaning the yolk or the yellow color part of the egg is completely absent here. And it's a microscopic structure. Only with the help of microscope we can see this structure. Understand? So egg or the ovum is a non-pleiadic asexual microscopic gamete. Understand? At the center region large cytoplasm is there. Here the cytoplasm is called ooplasm. So the cytoplasm of the egg is called ooplasm. At the center region of the cytoplasm we can see here one large nucleus is present. A large nucleus is present. Understand? Understand? So this is a small introduction about this egg. Then listen the next points very carefully. The egg is covered with 3 important membranes. Okay, listen very carefully. See, the inner side one membrane is there. This inner membrane is very thin membrane, and this membrane is called Bethlahem membrane. This membrane is called Bethlahem membrane. And next to this Bethlahem membrane, one more membrane is there. The middle membrane is called solar pellucida. Solar pellucida. Understand? Then the outermost layer or outermost membrane is called corona radiata. So the inner membrane is called Bethlahem membrane. The next one is called, the middle membrane is called solar pellucida, and outer membrane is called corona radiata. So these are the 3 membranes. These 3 membranes will cover the egg or the ovum. Understand? Then in between the Bethlahem membrane and the solar pellucida, a space is there. This is called perivitelline space. Okay, perivitelline space. Understand that? Understand? So this is the structure about of human ovum egg. It's a very important 3-mark question, and the structure of the egg is very important for 2-mark question. The diagram is important for 2-mark question. So once again repeat all the points about our human egg. Human egg is a non-predoic egg, and say this is the non-predoic meaning absence of egg cell and absence of yolk. And some microscopic structure in the central region cytoplasm is there. The cytoplasm is otherwise called ooplasm. Then the outer side the membrane egg is covered with 3 membrane. One is called Bethlahem membrane. Next one zona pellucida, and the last one is corona radiata. And the last part in between the Bethlahem membrane and the zona pellucida, what space is there is called perivitelline space. Perivitelline space. So hope you all understood the structure of the human egg. So now we have completed the structure of both male gamete and the structure of both female gamete. Okay, then we are moving to the next topic, fertilization and implantation. Fertilization and implantation. Listen very carefully. Mainly 2 more questions are here. Okay, fertilization and implantation. Fertilization meaning the fusion of both male and female sex or both male and female gamete is called fertilization. Here, so this male gamete and the female gamete, both gametes are joining. Okay, both gametes are fusing together or joining together, and finally this egg is converted into zygote. The egg is converted into zygote. So this process is called fertilization. This process is called fertilization. Understand? And for this purpose, for this fertilization process, already I told you, this sperm should reach this egg, inside the egg. Okay, the nucleus of the sperm should enter inside the cytoplasm or the ooplasm of the egg. Okay, so this process is called capacitation. This process is called capacitation. So the correct definition for the word capacitation is, it's a biochemical event takes place inside the sperm. Okay, biochemical events takes place inside the sperm. Understand? So the help of this biochemical event only, this sperm penetrates inside this egg. Okay, the biochemical events of the sperm used to penetrate inside the egg is called capacitation. Is called capacitation. Understand? Then the next point is very carefully. See, for the effective fertilization process, both the egg and the sperm, male gamete and female gamete, both egg and sperm should reach the junctions of the isthmus and ampulla region of the fallopian tube simultaneously. Listen very carefully. See, this is the female reproductive system: ovary, fallopian tube, uterus. Okay, so for the effective fertilization process, this sperm should move into this uterus. Move into the fallopian tube. At the same time, this ovum also should come to this fallopian tube simultaneously. So the sperm and the ovum both should meet in the junction of this fallopian tube. Okay, this is the isthmus region of the fallopian tube. This is the ampulla region of the fallopian tube. Okay, so in this junction, both the egg and sperm should meet. Okay, then only the fertilization will be a successful fertilization. So for the effective or successful fertilization process, both the sperm and the egg both are simultaneously released or transported to the junction of the isthmus and the ampulla region of the fallopian tube. So hope you all understood this point. Then next, penetration. See, so outer surface of the egg, already 3 membranes are there. Then many follicular cells also there. Follicle cells also, many more number of follicle cells also present in the outer surface of the egg. Okay, so and all these follicle cells are jointed or pasted together with the help of an acid. It is called hyaluronic acid. Okay, hyaluronic acid. So these follicle cells should be separated. Okay, so for this purpose, then only the sperm can enter inside the ovum. So to lose or to separate these follicle cells, what enzyme is needed? That enzyme is called hyaluronidase enzyme. Already I told you this hyaluronidase enzyme is highly present in the acrosome region of the sperm. So when this sperm reaches this region, this acrosome region releasing the hyaluronidase enzyme. This hyaluronidase enzyme disintegrates all the follicular cells, so the sperm can easily enter inside the ooplasm of the egg. So this process is called penetration. This process is called penetration. Understand? So outer surface of the cell egg, 3 membranes are there and more follicle cells are there. All these follicle cells and the membranes should be ruptured. Then only the sperm can enter inside the ooplasm of the cell egg. Understand? So for this purpose, the hyaluronidase enzyme present in the acrosome region of the sperm is supporting or helping. Understand of you? So hope you are understood. Then next, fertilization membrane. See, once this sperm is entered inside this egg or this ovum, immediately this ovum producing one more membrane. This membrane is called fertilization membrane. Okay, once this sperm is entered inside the cytoplasm, only one sperm only can enter inside the egg. Okay, so once a single sperm is entered inside the cytoplasm of the egg, this cytoplasm producing one more membrane. Name of this membrane is called fertilization membrane. This fertilization membrane prevent the entry of next sperm. Okay, prevent the entry of other sperm. So only one sperm only can enter inside the inside the cytoplasm of the egg. So to prevent the entry of more sperm inside the cytoplasm of the egg, the cytoplasm producing one more membrane, that membrane name is called fertilization membrane. Okay, that membrane is called fertilization membrane. Okay, now the sperm is entered inside the cytoplasm. Then the next process, formation of blastomeria. See, when the sperm is entered inside the egg, immediately the egg is divided. Okay, so now automatically fertilization takes place. Immediately zygote is formed. The zygote is start to divide in their number. First it is dividing into 2, then 4, 8, 16, 32 like that. The cell is dividing in their number. Dividing in their number. Now this stage is called blastomeria. Now this stage is called blastomeria. Okay, then after 72 hours of fertilization. Okay, after 72 hours of fertilization, these blastomeres are converted into a berry-shaped structure. And this berry-shaped structure consists of 16 to or more than 16 cells. Now it is called morula. Now it is called morula. So morula meaning after 72 hours of fertilization, the zygote is divided into 16 or more than 16 number of cells. And now this stage is in berry-shaped structure. This structure is called morula. This structure is called morula. Understand a few? Understand? So hope you understood this one. Then next one is implantation. So now here morula is formed. This morula should transported to this uterus region for the implantation. Okay. So for this purpose, this morula take 4 to 5 days. So 4 to 5 days needed for the movement of this morula from the junction of isthmus ambulum to the uterus. And finally it is moving from this fallopian tube and it is attached in the wall of the uterus. So this process is called implantation. This process is called implantation. Okay. After the attachment or after the implantation process is over, inside this morula, a space is formed. A hollow or empty space is formed. This empty space is now it is called blastocyst. Now it is called blastocyst. This blastocyst consists of 2 types of cells. One cell's name is called trophoblast and more than 20 numbers of another one also there is called inner cell mass. So outer side cells are called trophoblast and the inner side cells are called inner cell mass. This inner cell mass only converted or developed into embryo. So once again repeat all these points. So after 4 to 5 days, slowly this morula is moving to the uterus and it is implanted in the wall of the uterus. When it is attached in the wall of the uterus, inside a hollow space is formed. This hollow space is called blastocyst. Okay, this blastocyst consists of two important cells. One is the trophoblast cell and the second one is the inner cell mass. So this inner cell mass present inside this blastocyst only develop into embryo or baby. Okay, develop into fetus or baby. Understand of you? Then one more point also you have to remember here: ectopic pregnancy. Sometimes in some female body, this morula will not come and attach in this wall of the uterus. Sometimes it is attached inside this fallopian tube. Okay, they will not move to the uterus region. So it is called ectopic pregnancy. So pregnancy outside this uterus, that means pregnancy inside the fallopian tube is called ectopic pregnancy. And maximum 95% ectopic pregnancy takes place inside the fallopian tube. And it is very dangerous to both the mother and the developing fetus. Sometimes it can lead to bleeding. Sometimes the fallopian tube also may rupture. Okay, so it is very dangerous. This ectopic pregnancy is very dangerous condition. Understand, my dear students? So now we have completed all the important events takes place in the fertilization and implantation process. So first, fertilization meaning the process of fusion of both male and female gamete to form a zygote is called a fertilization. The next we studied about capacitation. Capacitation meaning the biochemical events take place inside the sperm to penetrate inside the egg or ovum is called a capacitation. And timing, we studied about the timing. Here time means both sperm and egg both are simultaneously released in the inside region of the isthmus and ampulla. Then penetration we studied here. Outer surface of the eggs, many follicle cells are there. These follicles are attached with each other, so it should be disintegrated or should be separated. For this purpose, the enzyme, hyaluronidase enzyme present in the acrosome is helping. Okay, then next fertilization membrane. Once the sperm is entered inside the egg, immediately the cytoplasm producing one more membrane is called fertilization membrane. This fertilization membrane prevents the entry of other sperms inside the ovoplasm. Okay, then next blastomeres. Once both eggs are both the gametes are joined together, the zygote is formed. Now the zygote is start to divide in this number 2, 4, 8 like that. The number of the cell is increased. So now it is called blastomere. Then after 72 hours of fertilization, these blastomeres producing a very shaped structure, and this structure consists of 16 and more than 16 cells. So this stage is called morula. Okay. The next implantation. Okay. From the junction of the isthmus and ampulla of this fallopian tube, the morula is start to move, and it is implanted in the wall of the uterus. It takes more than 4 or 5 days. Okay. Then after the attachment of this morula in this uterus, immediately a hollow or empty space is formed inside. It is called a blastocyst. This blastocyst consists of two important cells. One is the trophoblast cell is present on the outer surface, outer side, and in the center region, inner cell mass is there. Inner cell mass only converted or developed into young baby or young fetus. Okay. Then last one, ectopic pregnancy. In some case, the morula is not attached moving to the uterus. It is implanted inside the fallopian tube. It is called ectopic pregnancy. It is very dangerous to both mother and developing fetus. Okay. So dear students, hope you all understood today's class, and today's class is very easy class. Here two diagrams are there. So the structure of sperm and the structure of ovum both are important. Diagram for 2 mark question, and the structure of sperm is very important 5 mark question. Structure of ovum is very important 3 mark question. And all these events of this fertilization and implantation is a very important 2 mark question. Okay. So listen, my dear students, study. And if you have book, with the help of the book, study. If you have no book, take short notes and study. Okay, so today's class is very important class. So thank you. We will meet in the next class.